Gang, hello. We're doing another live stream of Thames. It's like Thames is the new thing, isn't it? Hello, welcome. If you're watching the VOD, welcome to the VOD. If you're in the chat, hello, chat. But I've not got any questions prepared today, so today's questions will be brought to you by the chat. So that's going to be quite exciting. Hopefully it'll be good fun, and welcome one and all. It's a transfer window. We are 26th of July, though, so we're quite a way in already. Mainly because I knew that there wasn't going to be anything really exciting happening. But that said, doesn't mean this isn't worth watching, as there's still lots of time to go. We've got some games coming up against Arsenal, Chelsea, City and Everton. Sorry, those games have happened. Sorry, I've got games coming up against Premier League sides, though. Liverpool's there, and I think Derby are quite a good Premier League side as well. We've played quite a few friendlies so far. Haven't beat any of the good teams, but we did beat Rostov and draw with Everton, so not all bad. Of course, we're basically just doing this to make all of the money. Chat, prepare good questions, as I'll be coming to you at some point for questions. Someone's asked, where's the Thames shirt? Oh, I mean, that was almost like we planned it. We didn't plan it, but there it is. Dr. Benji FM, Thames Massive. Oh, I love it. Yeah, available now. Available in all good bookshops, or there. But come on now, Ben. That's quite early for that screen, let's face it. Right then, let's crack on and show you what we've done in terms of transfer business. We've done some stuff already. Let's do some more stuff as well, and let's run you through then what you've missed since we last met. Of course, if you didn't watch yesterday's episode, spoiler, we ended the season and it was average, wasn't it, really? Right, let's take a look then at what's going on. You can see there's ins there, but we'll start with the released players first. You can actually see we've bought some players for money. Big news, folks, big news. Let's see then. This is cat amongst the pigeons times, viewers. Cat amongst the pigeons time. Quite a lot of players have left the club. We'll start down the bottom, shall we? Let's start with some of the really important players, like Jason Barry, who's left. Tony Power, our hot young prospect at 18 that is never going to appear in my first team, and as a result has just been shipped out by me, which is almost a bit brutal, actually. Shall we try and get him back? I feel bad about it. Let's get him back. 11 months, 350 quid a week. Right, now this is where things get a little bit sad. Paul Colton has left the team. He's gone to Portsmouth. You can see there he's moved to a League One club, so I was right to move him on. He's had a decent time in the Thames shirt. Last year was his worst season considerably, though, with a 6.98. People in the chat are aware of players that have left, and I did mention this at the end of last episode, but we'll get to Owusu in a minute, viewers. Owen Evans left as well, defender that we brought in that never really played, so he's moved on to Barnet. I mean, all these players basically that we've let go either haven't got clubs or have moved down divisions. Ben Cousins, free agent, he's gone as well after quite a few years at the club. Was good in League Two, not so good in the Championship when relied upon. He suffered from the attributes colours changing quite a lot. Oliver Gardner, another defender. Wolfenden's gone, right back Wolfenden. Again, 44, you can see the scout report's not great. 34 years of age, hasn't found a club. It was one of those players who had sort of a mystery middle. We don't know what happened because of leagues loading. And then you've all seen him, so I'll bring it up now. There's Owusu. Now, as much as it's sad that Owusu's gone, you know, he's been here for quite a while now, had 2 really successful seasons, and then was sort of bombed off a little bit, really just didn't play anymore. You can see his attributes there. You know, it's not a ridiculous decision to let him go, especially when you consider the team we've got now. So, you know, it's sad because he was here with us for a couple of promotions, had that sparkling season. It'll be a name remembered by all. I say one good season. He actually had 2 good seasons in the Vanarama National. So, of course, we could sign him back at some... No, he's not interested. So, yeah, it's a bit sad, but off he goes. Tom Hughes has gone as well, as has Lewis Ramsey, another right back for us. He's gone too. And, I mean, if you're going to be a scout, don't have one in ability and potential. I should say, for those that are watching this live, this will go on for about an hour and a half. World Cup fever today, isn't it? So, by all means, it's a shame that we've lost Owusu, but sometimes you've got to make tough choices. A lot of the other players you won't recognise the names of, and they are all young players. Let's pick Craig Moore as an example, that are never going to cut the mustard here at Thames. So, look, we're all sad. You know, players have left, goodbyes have been had, but let's go to all transfers. And let's focus on some of the ins. Kenny O'Neill's also left, by the way. He's gone on a free to West Brom, who have picked him up. I don't know why. I can't figure out why, but West Brom have got him. And now then, let's go through and look at the players we've brought in. So we'll start with Ryan Cummins, who's an interesting situation. Winsford have just got relegated, I think, but Winsford were on a dramatic rise up the divisions, and Ryan Cummins was the best player that they had. Somehow they had him. I wanted him when they got him, because of our reputation and whatnot, we couldn't get him. He's worth £2.4 million at the age of 29, and he's on a 2-year deal with us. Advanced playmaker, really good mentals, really good mentals. Physicals, he's not that quick, but he's got everything else you need in your locker to play as an attacking midfielder. Good first touch, finishing is good as well. Mentals very good. Basically, a very good championship player, in my opinion. So we uncommons on a free transfer. I think we've done some good business there. If he has a good season and there's potential to sell him on for millions, we will do. I'll show you the finances. Because we're in the championship now, we got like 5 million as like parity payments or something like that, whatever that means. Delighted. You'll notice a couple of right backs went. Wolfenden went, Ramsey went, so we had to bring in a new one. Kane Morris is the man we went for. Quite a pacey full back, good teamwork, good work rate, decent marking and tackling, okay heading, and crossing isn't too bad either. If you've watched the series, you'll know I like a full back that can get forward occasionally. It does say stay back at all times, but I'm not worried about that. If he's a bit more defensive savvy, that's fine. But the fact if he goes forward, his crossing of 10 is enough for me. I don't like players who have got like 7, 6, 5. I want sort of 10, 11, 12. So he just fits in the mould. And I'll be honest with you, viewers, there wasn't much choice. So you get what you're given, you know? You get what you're given. Let's move on though. We've got Joe Holmes here, on loan from Liverpool, centre back. Of course, we had Robbie Edmond last season, who is back again with us this season, but we wanted to have a partner, and Joe Holmes on loan from Liverpool, I think is probably that guy. Physically pretty well rounded, great stamina, great balance, natural fitness very good, 6'2", great positioning, really good determination. Obviously some of these mentals would improve. For a 17-year-old, I think we've done really well to get him. Technique's good, marking, tackling, heading, they'll all go up over the season. They could be 14s, even 15s by the end of the season if we develop him properly and play him a lot, which we're going to. I think that's a smart bit of business. Paddy Lloyd, let's take a look at him. Another centre-back option, more of a backup player, if anything, but physically very good. Good strength. Again, similar attributes to Holmes that we've just seen there. Has been around the block a little bit. He was a first-year regen, which is always quite interesting. Started off at Derby, and then as you can see, has been around the block. Lots of transfers. Never really found a settled home. Played League One football for Villa last year, and this time is back with me in the Championship. I don't know if Villa got promoted, actually. They may well have done. You never know. Someone said, why is your face all blue? Is it blue? Oh, I know why. Let me just... There we go. Not so blue anymore. A little bit. I was doing some green screen stuff the other day on my YouTube settings, so sorry about that, everyone. Now, money has been spent. We've broken records, folks. We first broke it with Kevin Drury from Falkirk. You're probably thinking, Ben, oh, this is going to be great. He spent money. This guy must be brilliant. Kevin Drury, everyone. Brilliant is maybe not the word I would use to describe. He's very good though. Left back. Look, we need a good solid left back. 3.5 stars according to our scouts. He's Spanish. I don't think he is Spanish. I think this is false. But he played for the Spanish under-21s at one point, which is a bit mad. Marking and tackling, not too bad at all. Physically very good, very strong. And I think he could be here. He's here for 2 years, but he could be here for a few years. I'm not too worried about everything. Like physically, mentally, very good. I know I mentioned the crossing. I'm not too worried about the fact it's not great. Like I prefer the fact that he's got really good marking and his mentals are really good too. I'm not massively bothered about his crossing. I am on the right hand side, less than the left, because if we are to play with attacking, like an attacking left side, we've got Adam Beard still here, so he'll do most of that. So it's not as important. Whereas Altidal's delivery, not quite as good, so I want that right side to be a little bit more proficient. And then finally, Sam Reed. Oh, by the way, Kevin Drury, people are saying, oh, he doesn't sound particularly Spanish. Started at Manchester United, has never actually played in Spain, but was born in Spain and can speak fluent Spanish. He likes Nicky Butt, Jose Mourinho, and hopefully one day me. Sam Reed then, Norwich. He's a goalkeeper. The reason we're bringing him is because Davis is leaving, although Davis is leaving because we've brought Sam Reed in. Interestingly as well, Davis is leaving to Norwich, hopefully. But there's Sam Reed, 4-star goalkeeper. People have been saying it for a while, Ben, get yourself a new goalkeeper, mate. It's about time. Mentally not brilliant, but handling's very good, kicking's very good. He's got a tendency to punch, which I actually don't really mind. Physically, really, really good. 6'2", good aerial reach, good command of area. I think he's quite good. I just think he's quite good. He's better than what we had before, and he's on a fair whack as well. Not only is he on 7.5 a week, Norwich are paying 5 of it, I think, something like that. Does it say exactly how much they're paying at all? 4,700 per week being paid for the first year or so. So thanks for that, Norwich. Appreciate the help. So he's been brought in. I mean, if we compare him, actually, I guess we can compare him to Davis. You can see that he's just a better version of Davis, really. He's the green. Davis is the blue. They're not massively dissimilar, but you can see he's just an improved version of Gary Davis, who is, he's leaving and actually going to Norwich. So we'll focus on that a little bit. In terms of the transfer centre, then, some stuff is happening, as well as Tony Power potentially joining. Ben-Hur gets here next season, but I've got to say, folks, I mean, if you look at Ben-Hur, that's 17-year-old Ben-Hur, who's developing very, very nicely. He gets in next year, so I'm very excited to bring him in. He's having a pretty good year in Brazil as well, in the 3rd division, but we've snapped him up. You know, he's coming to us. He's got 520 caps for Brazil, 3 goals for the Brazilian national team, and here's the most exciting bit, folks. If you just look at the media comparison, if I had a zoom tool here, I would zoom in on the media comparison, but he's touted as the next Pele. And I don't know if you've heard of Pele, but from my memory, he was quite good. So Ben-Hur Azevedo, or Ben-Hur, as the next Pele. Touted as the next Pele. That's just exciting, isn't it, on every level. We're also, Baba India, he's currently working on a work permit, a physical specimen, striker, target man, would be a second choice to Altidal, potentially a first choice as well, and would allow me to play him on that left-hand side. Pat Rogers isn't back, so we need to get new strikers. And we've got in a couple of other loans as well, I think, as well. So if we take a look here, you can see Tom George is still with us for another season and is developing beautifully. I think Tom George could be a star again this year for us. Currently got an injury with twisted ankle, but will be fine for the start of the season. Similar situation with Rion Cummins, should just be back, maybe not, for the start of the season, and Altidal will be back as well. Pulled ankle ligaments, but he should be back ready and firing for the start of the season. I'm going to allow him to start up front for me this year. But as you can see from the squad, folks, with all of the transfer business that's gone on, it's a bit thin on the ground. And the reason it looks a bit thin on the ground, we've got 4 goalkeepers within that. So lots of work to do. But hopefully in this stream, we can get a few bits and bobs done. Now, people often ask, how do you scout players, Ben? What do you do when you're looking for players? The majority of the time, if you've watched the extra episodes, you'll know that what I do a lot of the time, especially at the start of a new season, let's use an example. Let's use Keon Harris. So I'll go to Barbados, for example. I'll do this with almost every team. And I'll go through and I'll see which players are without clubs. And first things first, try and pick up the best free transfers on the market that I can. Rion Cummins was probably the best one that we found. And I mean, let's face it, Barbados not known for all of their great players. They've got this guy who's at Crystal Palace who's pretty average. Keon Harris is actually one of their better players. But then you just go through each national team. And then once you've done all the first teams, then go through the 21s. I'm going to spare you that today because that's not very interesting to watch. But luckily for you, I've done it all already. Not so much in this part of the world, though. I mean, actually, I'd even look at America. So, for example, let's use the US of A as an example. If you're from America, howdy partners. You definitely were offended by that. This guy is available. He's sick, but because he's sick, we can't get him. 33, but looks pretty phenomenal, doesn't he? He's been around the block a little bit as that chap there, Weston. Quite like his name as well. So I'd go to all their national teams. And I'll see who's available, see who the cheapest ones are, the youth players as well. And for those that might think this is not a flawless system, Ben, you're absolutely right, it's not a flawless system. But I did find Ben-Hur doing this in the Brazilian youth teams. And obviously there's guys here like at Dusseldorf, you never know, Ed Brown. I mean, Ed Brown, he might be quite good. I think he's going to be worth about 4 or 5 million now. I can see this coming already. 8.5. That's quite a lot, isn't it? But it's a good way to just pick up transfers that are maybe on the cheap, especially if you can keep an eye on them. If there's players you identify that you really want, get them scouted. You'll be notified every time they're sort of made available, and that can be quite useful. So there we have it then. That's what the situation is right now. As I say, in the chat, get your questions coming in. I'll try and answer a few as we go on. Someone said the howdy made them throw up, viewers. Can you believe that? It was a perfectly fine howdy, in my opinion. But I'll take the criticism on the chin. You know, these things do happen sometimes. Thank you for watching, though. Welcome, one and all. We have nearly 1,000 people live with us. I didn't really give you much time to know that this was happening, although I did sort of tweet about it a little bit. At Dr. Benji on Twitter, get involved. Speaking of Twitter, if you've ordered, this gives me another excuse just to show it because I love it. If you've ordered a Thames shirt there, like this, do send me a picture of it. Mine says Dr. Benji on the back. I've also got an away one that says Thames FC on the back. So everyone's a winner. And what Brexit results did I get? They weren't helpful. Oh, something people wanted to see. I guess we'll do this now for those that want to see it, because it was a good example. People asked me to check Ronaldo and Messi. They just retired. There's nothing to tell you there. Right, let's look at this then. So in terms of general, there's a legend in the house. It's me. I am legend. There's only one I'm a bit surprised it's happened, if I'm honest, but I have got legend category. Is that what it's called? Legend status, finally. Of course, you'll recognise lots of the other names. Pat Rogers, by the way, is down in favoured personnel, which I love, considering he's not actually my player, but I love the fact he's there. Are they going to sell him on the cheap this summer, by any chance? Nope. Okay. But I'm a legend. It's happened. Thames shirts are still for sale. People asking in the chat. Yes, they are. Link in the description. If you're a Patreon, discounted 10% off. Icons, Bright, Andy Douglas, Altadale Foster, Smith and Danan, which makes sense because Douglas, Altadale Foster, Smith and Danan, people have bought shirts with those on the back. There's a few Rogers ones as well, actually, that have gone too. No one spotted Dr. Benji one apart from me. Offensive. Owusu, Rogers, Wright, Burgess and Colton, there as mentioned before. Season ticket holders, that's not quite sold yet, but the prediction is we're going to sell more. We're going to sell about 1,200. 2,100. So that'll be good. Are we predicted to finish 23rd again? Is this some sort of ridiculous prank that's being played? Oh, come off it. I mean, that's the... I know it's our reputation. Our reputation is significantly worse. I mean, this again, let's do a little bit of behind the scenes. So if you look at... is it rankings I want? No, it's not. I want reputation. Club's reputation. List. Aha, this is what we want. Is it not going to show me? Well, okay, if we look at the championship here, I mean, these are all the championship teams. This is basically England. We fall down here. Our reputation is the same as like Fleetwood, Rochdale, Portsmouth. I mean, that's offensive, isn't it? So we're right down here. And we're slowly climbing reputation. It's just not that good. There's so many teams that have got much higher reputation than us. And that is an issue when it comes to buying players. If you look at the player availability screen, these are players that are interested in us. Some of them are okay. They'd cost a lot of money, and like this guy's on 71 grand a week. That ain't happening. Tom Rhodes, again, would you sign him at 28? I mean, most of you probably wouldn't. There's not a bevy of players available for us to get that would be worth it. I've searched high and low. I've been through this list about 15 times. There's not a massive amount of options. There's a Connor Curry. Shout out to Work the Space. He'd be happy with that. I saw that the other day, actually. So, yeah, it's not obvious. I've been through loads of negotiations with players that have got literally no interest. So that's been fun. But generally speaking, I'm going to see what happens in the next sort of 2 weeks or so. We might even play our first league game on stream today as well. I guess we'll have to see how that works out for time. But yeah, lots to be said, and I guess we'll progress forward. And then I'll come to your questions in the chat. So, as I say, prepare your best question, because I'm only going to answer the good ones. Dean Hogan, we looked at him for a potential to bring in another central midfield option, but I don't think he's right for us. In terms of the squad, in terms of depth of squads, it's not ideal. We do have one good left back. Like defensively, we've actually got quite a bit better. It's the central area that is now becoming a bit more of a problem. We've solved the defensive problem and created a central midfield problem, which isn't ideal. Defensively, then Robbie Edmund and Joe Holmes, they will be the new back two partnership with Paddy Lloyd and Andy Murray backing them up if needs be. They can be called upon, of course. At right back, we've now got Kane. Morris, who's come in. Joe Holmes can play out there as well, as can Andrew Murray. So we've got some cover there. It's not too bad. On the left, we definitely need to try and sign another left back. It'll probably be a free transfer. We'll go through finances in a moment, but Kevin Jury can do that pretty well. In goal, we've got 3 decent backups, although it will become 2. Lazaro and MC Clark will still be here, I think. But Sam Reed, as we mentioned, the new goalkeeper, will be there for us. Defensive midfield. It's interesting. Lawrence Smith is still 3-star in terms of like just the star ratings if we're basing it on that. But it's potentially an area, especially because we're playing the Diamond again this year, that we need to improve. And the same goes for central midfield. I do worry we're not strong enough in this area. Whereas attacking midfield up front, of course, Owusu's gone, Pat Rogers has gone, Ben Cousins has gone. So there's still a few areas, left back, striker, central midfield, that I want to look to improve as we go through this window. Of course, Adam Beard is still here as well. But as I say, we're playing the Diamond, so we don't necessarily need him. System-wise, we are playing what we've played before, but you can see our front 3 right now have all got injuries, and we're going to need more depth in the centre. I love Steve Foster. You love Steve Foster. But if we're going to get promoted at some point this season, or at least challenge for the playoffs, we're going to need a better player than Steve Foster, which hurts me to say out loud, but I mean, that's just the reality of the situation. So, I did mention we'd look at the finances, so let's look at the finances. 3.3 million, as I mentioned before, you get loads of money. Is it this season or does it go as last season? There, for solidarity payments of 5.25 million, which have helped massively. I wasn't even aware that you got such a massive amount of money And as a team like Thames, that's huge. The fact we're in the 3.3 million category is ridiculous. You might think, Ben, you got 5 point whatever, and you've not spent 2 million, so where's it all gone? We have once again this season, hopefully it says here, ground maintenance. We've basically tried to improve parts of the stadium as well as other non-footballing costs. I don't know if that would be under sort of improving training facilities, but if you go to the board, you can see here, improving youth facilities and training facilities, and they'll all be done hopefully this year. Yeah, September and November. So those should be done this year, so that's good. We'll have those sorted. In terms of facilities overall, I guess we should talk about that. They're still either basic or below average, so work to be done there. And the Riverbank is not being improved currently. But we do have a well-established youth recruitment. Hopefully that continues to improve as I ask for it. Happy? I feel like we've gone through almost everything there. And now we have to sort of play on a little bit and see what happens with some of these transfers. And of course, chat now. After how long was that? That was like a bit of a long introduction. I usually do that in videos and then cut it down, but that was about 25 minutes. But I feel like we covered everything. If you're here for a normal episode without all the transfer stuff, that covered a lot of stuff. There's one more thing people wanted to see, actually. I've just remembered. People would like to see the best 11 of all time. And there it is. That is the Thames best 11. We will talk about it again in the future, probably. What's fascinating to me is that Liam Danan is now playing behind Rodgers and Owusu. Altidal hasn't got a sniff, but he did enter it recently, actually. 82 and 112. Jack Hallahan, people might forget this. Jack Hallahan is our most appearanced player ever. Jack Hallahan. Yeah, he's surprised, aren't you? Cameron Campbell as well. You might remember him too. He was a right back for a long period of time. Fitzpatrick is in goal though. Michael Emery still in the best 11. Don't worry, still in the best 11. Comfrey, Murray, Holness and Pring, Harris, Foster, Brett Squires, who we could bring back at some point, but 4 is quite a low number in it in terms of players to bring in, so I think that's unlikely. And there's the rest of the boys. Last season, it was pretty standard. It was the team that we played the most. So if you remember what that was, you know what the team of the season is. Someone said there's no sound. There is definitely sound. So, he won't hear me say this. It's just occurred to me. And someone also said, what's up with the face cam? You're stressing me out here, folks. Do I have to look at this to see what's going on? Right, let me just refresh this. I'm looking. Everything's fine. So I don't know what to tell you. I think we're okay, but by all means, tell me I'm wrong. I don't know what to say. I think we're okay though. I think we're all right. Okay, Scott Burgess is still here too. He's not as good anymore. His fitness and acceleration and stuff, basically from when we got him in, has just fallen off the cliff a little bit. People saying it's very blue. It's not. Like the outer bit is, but I'm not. I can see it. I'm not blue. But I guess you'll have to take my word for it on this occasion. Okay. You just look very pale. I'm from England. What do you want? What do you want from me? This is what people from England look like. It's not even sunny outside right now. Oh, it is. No, it is actually sunny outside. Do you want me to open the curtain? Will that make you happier, everyone? Do you want a bit of brightening? We'll make it more pale, if anything. The audio is a little bit weird. Everything should be fine. If you watched it on the rebroadcast, why is it not 1080p? Because I forgot again, haven't I? God damn it. Okay, that happened last time. Luckily, you're not seeing anything major. It'll be fine. Are you sick, Ben? Toadster, no, I'm not. And I remember you've said that, you little twerp. What's all that about? Someone said, am I sick? I'm very well. I thought I was until I got slagged off by everyone. Deary me. Maybe it's the white balance on your camera. Oh dear. I'm getting dog's abuse over here. I didn't ask for any of this, did I? Right, fine. We'll configure the video. Sorry for those watching the rebroadcast, but the chat gets what the chat wants. Is that better? Are we all happier now? Yeah? Is that better? A little bit more colour in me? Deary me. Are we happier now? Flipping heck. I bleed blue. You know, I've become Thames. I am Thames now. That's just the way it works. Red Ben. I feel like all your monitors are broken, personally. Right. Better. Everyone's happy. Much better. Sorted. Everyone's loving it. Rebroadcast. Thank you. What's all this? It's been rejected. Oh, come on. I know he's Senegalese, but that doesn't mean we should treat him any differently. People say there's so much red. You crazy people. Right. It's fine. I'm not changing it again. Proper questions. But that is awful. That's just me. How dare you? Oh, dearie me. I'm losing the plot here. Next time I'm going to do this without a chat. I was going to carry on because the amount of I can't handle it. I can't. You don't get this on Twitch, do you? No, you don't. This guy would be amazing to bring in. He's at Benfica. I mean, he's worth 95k, so I imagine that's what they want for him, right? Oh no, just the 40 million. Okay, then we'll leave that. I've been scouting loads of players, so I suspect we'll get quite a lot of reports coming in. This guy from Midtjylland. If I was in the Premier League, this would be so much easier because they would all be like, he's in the Premier League, let's get over there. But we're not, so they don't want to. But you never know. There's still time. Acknowledge all of these. Again, I was looking at loads of players. I know that none of them want to join. This is the problem. This guy, you remember we wanted him? You might remember that if you watched the January stream. He's just worth the 7 million, and he would have been fantastic. Again, if it had been in the Prem, probably would have joined me, wouldn't he? But didn't happen. Enzo, would he fancy it? He's again another player I looked at. He's in the reserves for them, so do you think he'll come on loan? Can we actually get him on loan? This would be sensational news. I mean, he's very, very good. I think to come in as an attacking midfielder, a second backup option for Argentina, let's make it happen, viewers. Let's make that happen. Yes, please. Let's work on that, shall we? Dario Basso, again, another really good player that I would love to bring in that I scouted, but it ain't happening. No, it's not happening. Again, if we had more money, if we had money of some of the other Championship sides, we'd be laughing here. POK, he's pretty good as well, but again, it'll be like 3 or 4 million, I suspect. 8 million? No, just unacceptable to even suggest terms. Oh, blimey. It's a dig, innit? But no, I've gone through and I've scouted a lot of players over the course of the summer. I've looked through a lot of national teams, as well as like certain other teams. Like sometimes you just go to countries and then you just go through all the teams in that country. So like Denmark, I think we did that. Where else did we do it? Bulgaria, we did that. Croatia, we did it as well. So we've done it at a few places. Loads of players are out of contract next season, but what's you gonna do? I've just clicked the chat by accident. It's gone very quickly. Bring Gile Menga in. I love the fact you remember his name. That's good. Someone said pay for the player over yearly instalments. I've tried that as well with some players. It gets to the point where you think that's going to happen, and they just go and sign for someone else. So fantastic. The stream started at 1:30 UK time. If you're interested. Is Danny Graham still playing? No, it'd be 50, I think. So, no, he's not playing. Why would he still? No, he was not playing. People have asked about. I mean, I'll see if I can even find him. Probably won't be able to. Did he become a coach or anything? Didn't even become a coach. Charlie Adam is assistant manager at Crystal Palace, which I think that's what deep down I think that's probably what you wanted to know. So, for those that are watching now, or if people ask later and you can answer it for me in the chat, this will be live as a rebroadcast at 5 o'clock as an actual video. So if you're watching this now, it came out at 5, but I don't publish it until after or in between the World Cup matches. Makes sense, right? How's the lad from Partizan looking? Is it the striker we were talking about from a while ago? Because he was quite good. That was the January. I like the fact that now we've got a little bit of context with each other. We know what's Popolopin. Was it a striker? Was it this guy? It was this guy, who I said had the potential to be the next Pixie. Do you think they'll sell me him? 4.4. Like, this is one of those situations, right? So we've got 684 in the balance sheet. We're going to get a little bit more. We'll have about 750, maybe 800 after we sell our goalkeeper. And of course, we could do monthly installments of like 3 million, maybe, and try and coax him in. But I get past all this, right? So again, we're going to have to offer a little bit less than this because I can't afford to do it. What if we offer you, they said 4 million, didn't they? They said about 4. So we'll go 4-1 and 35. I want him, so we're going to have to try and negotiate. I can't afford this. So can we stop it, please? No, I'll up this again. What was it at? So it's going to be 4.5. We'll try and negotiate properly. They've said no. Essentially, this is the point I'm making. So I'm going to try and bid for him. He's not going to want to join. So I can bid whatever and get past that bit, because then when it comes to it, he'd rather not leave because they're in a Champions League position and we're in the Championship with the lowest reputation. So it's a shame. We'll see what else comes of it, though. We've got again a friendly against Liverpool coming up. Thank you to them for that opportunity. I appreciate it very much. Apparently, you failed to sign. I mean, they rub it in, don't they? The press, like, yeah, I did. Okay, and it wasn't ideal for anyone. Deary me. Oh. Why can't you super chat with PayPal? I don't know. I don't know if I can even activate that. To be honest, did something just vibrate? Did I get a text? No, my phone's charging. Jefferson David, he'd be great to bring in, wouldn't he? Again, he's really cheap. Him and Ben-Hur, tear it up. Ooh, good evening. I mean, 300,000? Jefferson David. I don't know what I've said like that for. Jefferson David. Now, his off the ball's not great, but we are in need of strikers. He's been okay, actually. He's got 13 in the first division of Brazilian football. So, well, let's not scoff at that. That's not bad. Okay, then. Who are these guys? Oh, they're worth lots of money. Oh, Jefferson David. I don't know what I'm saying it like that for. Like, oh, dear me. Unflappable is Jefferson. He speaks basic English as well. Perfect. I mean, they didn't want a lot of money. Here we go. This is where things start. He said he just joined his new club, hasn't he? So he don't want to... No. That's a shame. Yeah, I failed again. Thanks for bringing it up. I did make an offer, yes, but he's just joined his new club and it couldn't be done. We all have problems, mate. So team-wise, we're pretty set, actually. Morris one side, Jury the other. Norwich fans will appreciate a Jury at left-back, I'm sure. Edwin and Holmes in the middle, Reed in goal, Smith sitting in front. Again, central midfield. It's an area we kind of need to improve, and we're going to delve then into the world of free transfers, because trying to sign players for actual money is... I don't want to call it a waste of time. Hang on a minute. Didn't we sign someone that can play in midfield? Hold the phone here. Where is he? Is he in the reserves? Has he snuck away to the reserves? No. Where is he? Under 23s? Hang on a second here. Who do we bring in? Why am I confusing myself? Oh, no, he's our left back. What am I talking about? Losing the plot here. The actual plot. The plot's gone. There's no plot. We've lost the plot. Can we get the plot, please? Right, central midfielders. Let's see if we can get in. Now, did you see Herbie Kane's name at the top there? That's always enjoyable. Let's see. We'll base it on attributes to begin with, and then we'll work our way through that. So, Andre Green, who's got the physical attributes of someone that's not very good. Matty Boy is written in my Twitch chat. Check out my channel. I do sick footy montages, and if you didn't believe him, he's done 6 exclamation points. Not this time, Matty, but thanks for the feedback on the stream. Much love. I don't think he's interested in the stream. I was being a bit facetious. Let's make it so they're unsure, because you never know. Oh, Andre Dazelle. Now, he's obviously been around quite a bit, but he's a bit older these days. 33. I think he's probably past it. Yeah, I guess we'll leave it. Andre Green again. We're not going to get him. So the best passes of the ball are all really slow, is what we've established so far. Oatley Booth. He's not dreadful. I'm already scouting him, apparently. See, I've done this before, viewers. This is what happens. There's just so little options this season. I mean, are there loan players that we can maybe bring in? Obviously, we've got to take it off the expired thing, otherwise they don't show. The most valuable loan potential players to bring in usually give you the best ones. Who's this? Dominic Young? He can't pass, and he's more attacking than I prefer anyway. Daniel Mohammed, we tried to get in. I felt like we were going to get him, actually, but then he decided to go to Palace instead, which was a bit annoying. But he was one that we really focused in on to try and achieve, and we did not achieve. Charlie Beresford is a striker. It's not happening. We need to put this on central midfield and then change it to is a natural at central midfield, really. We're not seeing a great deal, are we? Stuart Kerr, is he any good? Again, the pace is a bit of an issue for me, really. And he's quite young. In terms of loan players, I don't think we can expect too much. Like this guy's at Man United, Pat Street. Is he worth getting in? Really? Is he? Probably not. I just don't think he's got quite the attributes we're looking for a central midfield position. Of course, you shouldn't base it all on value and star ratings and everything, but it's a good basis to go off to begin with, because ordinarily, for example, if I said, oh, well, forget all this, and we just went and looked at, I don't know, let's go for this guy, Tim Breach. Yeah, he's just average, isn't he? Just average. Right then, let's continue on. We've got some money left to spend, so we're not the books aren't, or the bank's not empty. The Bank of Thames is not empty. We're just seeing what we can do. There's a good chance that we might not even sign a player today. Jefferson David. I would have loved Jefferson David. Brazil often have quite good players, actually. Is there any others there? Wellington Neto. Is he any good? Brazil are quite exciting in terms of players you can bring in, but most of them have got little to no interest in actually coming in. This is how I felt. Doing this sort of thing is how we found Peter from Salford. Do you remember Peter? He was a superstar. He was a right midfielder, as I recall. See, he's quite good, isn't he? Junior Ferrari. I mean, he's got a Ferrari engine. Is he signable? He could be signable. Does he want to talk to me? That's the question. 600,000 for Junior Ferrari. I mean, he's a bit raw in terms of technicals, but his mentals are pretty good. I don't know if he's the one for me. Maybe we should look closer through Brazil. I've not taken a massive look at Brazil. I focused mainly on European players because most Brazilians I went after, apart from Ben-Hur. Has he got terrific facial hair? No. Most Brazilian players, apart from Ben-Hur, just aren't interested. Our reputation, it's not worth them moving across the pond, as they say. I don't have the Brazilian name fix, it just occurred to me. It's just the state championship as well, so I don't know if these are all going to be good players here. Most of them won't be. Harley Kessler does not sound Brazilian, but you do you, my friend. You do you. Tuto, is he any good? He's quick, but not much more than that. So basically what I do first, I just hover the eye and just get like a quick glance at what they've got working for them. And if it's not impressive, we move on. And I base it mainly on value and position, if I need the position. That's how that works. They've got a Zidane. Oh, I think we had a Zidane at Parma, didn't we? Zidane. I don't remember. Was Zidane at Parma Brazilian? Chat? You might be able to remember. Has anyone just watched Parma Drama? That would be helpful. I felt like he might have been Brazilian, the more I think about it. I don't think he was French. That guy's pretty good. Diego. He's quite cheap as well. Like some of these guys go for super cheap. It's weird. It says I can't scout them there, but then if I go on reports, I can always just get the scout report for them. He's actually quite good. Does he score a lot? Not really. 27. I've not had Brazil loaded as a nation for very long, hence the lack of knowledge with them. But there's a lot of Brazilian players that I would have never seen before that have appeared. Vinicius, I always like players with that name, but he's not the best. Beef Wellington. We had a player called Wellington once, didn't we? What are we looking at here? Left-sided. This chap there, is he any good? Not really. Okay, so this is what we do. So most of the time, folks, I won't. Like, people say, "Why don't you show your transfer windows?" Because a lot of it is just this. Like, I don't know. Admittedly, right, we're all waiting, and I'm part of this. Really, I'm waiting for the superstar player that all of a sudden we see is possibly available, and then we bring in, and that's always quite exciting. But you often have to wait a long time. But people, do you guys enjoy this? Rob Wellington, that's right. Do people enjoy this sort of stuff? I guess you do. Well, there's 1,000 people watching viewers, so on some level you must like it. I'm asking stupid questions. I mean, of course. Well, I mean, if you don't like it, you're in the wrong spot. If I'm being completely honest. Right, we're looking through. That's a great name, but I don't think you'd want to join. You never know though with some of these guys that just even on the cheap prices, you can tie them down. Like Ben-Hur was super cheap. So I know they're out there. We're just looking. I mean, we could look at the Brazilian under-20s again and see if any players are attainable. Like Ben-Hur, this is how we found Ben-Hur. He was the cheapest option, and I thought even the cheapest option must be pretty good, and he was. And he was the one. So we're just waiting on him really to one day join us. Some of these guys, they're not that bad actually, but I don't like this guy's never going to join. I mean, he'd be great for me when I look at it there. He's got a minimum release fee. They're going to blank it up right straight away. No? Okay. Well, maybe we'll go at... If they're not accepting 140, they're probably not going to accept 425. But, I mean, they're probably not going to accept 425, Ben. Or is it the Olympic Games? The 23s might be quite strong, actually. Let's take a look through the 23s. See if any of these guys fancy a move. Again, I'm sort of focusing on central midfield at the moment. That's the position I would like to acquire someone. Again, like he's 3.3 million. If we're a Premier League side and we get a player like that at that point we become a lot stronger. You know what I mean? We're a lot stronger if we can get a player like that. Again, we'll look at Argentina too because we've looked at Brazil. I mean, he's not bad. Centre back wise, heading's a little bit off though for me. You need that. Someone said there you need the next Dorian. That's it, isn't it? Like we are looking for a Dorian Heiser. Although Dorian Heiser was a youth prospect that was unbelievably good. That was just madness. Never had a regen like him. This season, I mean, Salford, we were pretty good for regens, all in all. We had a couple of good ones that helped us out. Peter Phillips, of course, for those that remember. But in Thames, there's not really. Like, Brett Squires is like the only one. And when Brett Squires is your only one, you know you've got problems. But I've just not been lucky with this particular save. I've not had good players. I don't know if it's a facility thing or what, but regardless, it's not been great. Can I show Ben Hur's scout report? Sure, for those that want to have a little look. Is Thames FC a credit side? Yes, it was a credit side. At least no one can say I've stacked it in my favour. Like, in reality, right, Lazaro might end up being the best one, but it doesn't look like it yet. I mean, there's still time. Goalkeepers can get good really quickly. So I mentioned Ben Hur's report. Next Pele, that's all you need to know. I mean, the things he can't do, I'm really okay with. The things he can do, I'm really okay with. And I hope we'll see lots more of him. I should probably get an analyst report on him. But you can see there, I want him. I want him now. I want him now. I can't get him now because you have to wait until he turns 18, I think. But I kind of want him. I kind of want him now. Oh, come to me now. He's born in 2015. That's horrifying, isn't it? I know it's not true, but it's still horrifying. Would he take being a first team player? He wants to get into the top half. I mean, is this where he wants 20 grand a week? Because this happens as well. I get to this stage, I think, lovely. We're getting on like a house on fire. And they go, 23 grand a week? And I walk out of the room. We've got considerable pulling power. I've just told the press there. That's not true at all. That's literally not true. What league someone said, what league did we start in? I'll very briefly show you. We started in level 8, I think it was. The Bostwick Football League Division 1 South, which is the division they were last in. So that's why. £8,000 a week for Ferrari. Junior Ferrari. Baby Ferrari, we could call him. An attacking midfielder with terrific leadership ability. I mean, my God, that leadership ability is next level. The question is, and this is my conundrum, and if I wasn't live, I would be able to do this a lot more. Should I be looking now throughout Brazil for a player better than this? That's the question we've got to ask ourselves. We should definitely scout him as well. He's 23, so his likelihood of improving isn't massive. In terms of injury prone, I would say not really. I mean, he's had a couple there, but it's not. I mean, broken collarbone's a bit of an anomaly, and he's got a bruised ankle. But I think if you haven't had a bruised ankle in this game, there's nothing coming for you. So he had his first goal, his debut, then was named captain of PAR. I don't know who PAR. I don't know what that is code for. But yeah, he's not bad, is he? Do we look throughout Brazil for someone better than this for the cost of him? I mean, if that's not the coolest managerial picture you've ever seen, I don't know what is. That is next level. I need that look. Hang on, we can all do that, mate. Just bear with me. I've got my prescription sunglasses. Shout out to Specsavers. I only spent 3 hours in there for these. So yeah, look, I can do that. So we can all do that. Let's just pop these on here. There we go. Right, there we go. Look, yes. Now we're talking. Right then, here we go. Me and him, loving it at last. Agree the deal, then delay it, someone said. Good idea. It's got... how much do we offer him here? 6? It's a big old signing on fee. We're already paying for his transfer, don't forget. How much was the transfer? I can't remember. Where was it? Oh, here it is. 600,000. Poor blimey. I think we should try and incentivise his contract a little more. So, if you do well, mate, if you get Team of the Year, if you get an international cap, if you get into the playoffs with Thames, all these things, then, yeah, enjoy yourself. You score 10 goals, yeah, love it. Let's be reasonable here, though. International cap, Team of the Year bonus, all these can go in there. Goal bonus, let's up that a bit as well. Appearance fee, let's put that down, but let's put the goal bonus the same. So if he scores, he's loving life. I think that's pretty good. Thug Life FM, welcome to the stream, everyone. Someone else made a very good point. Bogdan in the chat there has made a very good point. He said that you'll get more than 600k if you sell him, which is very true. We will do. And there's nothing in here about. Should we try and get him on a longer deal? Oh, he snapped at me a little bit there. Like, no, we're not doing a longer deal. Let's give his agent an extra 10k. That usually does the job. Even 25% more, they're in heaven. Boom. Oh, come on. 7,000. Let's negotiate 4-year deal. 7k 4-year deal. Come on. I think that's not that bad. We'll see, though. I potentially think we should look throughout Brazil for better options. Like, who does he play for? PAR. Now, where are they? Oh, look at this. It's like, oh dear, it's like looking at number plates. So they're down here. They're a 2-star team. No wonder he wants to join me. So let's see of some of these other 2-star teams that we've concluded probably aren't very good. Let's see if any of them have got really good midfielders that we could bring in. I mean, that's the dream now. Lucas Castro. I mean, he would probably join. Like, would he come on a really cheap deal? No, he wouldn't. Move on, Ben. CBR. Isn't it CRB? That's the check, innit? Maybe we shouldn't talk about that on stream. Blimey. LEC. Is he Bruno Enrique? Goalkeeper. I thought he was a midfielder there. I was thinking, oh yeah, not bad. I mean, in terms of value, we're looking at the maximums with some of these boys already. This guy any good? Not really. I just feel like there's a potential here for us to find an absolute beauty. Don't you? I feel like we might end up finding a superstar here if we're not careful. Denzel Washington, is he any good? Denzel Washington ain't bad. He's out for 3 months. He's bad in terms of injury bad. What else can we look at here? We don't know who they are. Octavio Silva. We could find a star here. I feel like we're about to find a star. I got a feeling. I can sense it in my waters. Last time you mentioned my waters. Anyone there? Oh, come on. Just be I'll also take a superstar centre-back. As much as I'm looking for a central midfielder, centre-backs are fine as well. I'll take a fantastic centre-back, if possible. Come on now. We're not finding anything. I thought we'd have found a star here. There's no stars. What about if they're level with me? Let's go above a little bit. Because if this guy will join, maybe the other guys will join. Josafa. No, since the Lion King, his career really hasn't gone as well as he'd hoped. Carabina. Just sounds a bit like Ribena, and that attracts me to him, if I'm honest. Jefferson in the middle there, any good? Not that much between him and the other guy, to be honest. There's not a massive amount. See, this is it. This is the trick. You just have to spend ages doing it and eventually find the one guy that you think unlocks the door to everything that's good about football, as we continually find nothing. He's really old. He would have been good otherwise. 34. They're all really old, these ones. Thiago, is he any good? Osmar, any good? No. I should have spent more time scouting Brazil. I mean, I still could do after the stream and go through like all of Brazil. While I watch the football, because that is something that you can definitely. They've got a Pitbull, a player called Pitbull is always good. This is the team for me. Who have they got? Anyone? Cristiano. It'd be nice to have a player called Cristiano, just because of the other one that's called Cristiano in real life. All right, let's continue forward. Let's see what happens with this deal. Ivory Coast people have mentioned. ASEC haven't got anyone interesting, but I'll happily show. I'm still wearing these. I've totally forgot. Because I think when I'm in Brazil, I've got to put them on. That should maybe be the rule. If we go to Brazil, these come because it's hot in Brazil, isn't it? It's sunny in Brazil, so it makes sense. It makes sense. Someone in the chat there said you look really red, Ben. Actually, I think you'll find the contrast on your monitors wrong. So maybe fix that. Maybe your monitor's broken. Ben, check if Brazilian. Like people are saying ASEC here. I have looked at it and. That's their key player. It's not that great this year. It just isn't. There's just not that many good players in it like there were in the past. So use Genie Scout. No, because Genie Scout is cheating. If you use Genie Scout, you're scum. I mean, play your save how you want, but it is cheating. So bear that in mind. That was rejected. This guy. Which is a shame because I think he would have been quite good. We'll get him scouted anyway for the future. All these players that we looked at I never got. Oh, we did need a left back, didn't we? I've just realised there's people in the chat now going, what's Genie Scout? It basically shows you every stat and shows you what a player will look like in the future. If you want to kill the game for yourself, get Genie Scout. Get it now. Right, well, let's look for an out of work left back. That's where we deal in out of work left backs. That's all we've got. That's all we can do. Okay, they're potentially interested in transfers, and then for for fullbacks, I tend to look at the acceleration of the fullback, the work rate, put them all on about 12, and if you can't get them, I'll always lower down crossing until there's maybe one. Not yet. I guess we'll put marking down one. We'll keep going with crossing because if they're a good fullback, then I can just about deal with it. Work rate, tackling again down. I mean, this is not going well at all. I mean, there's some. But will any of these be good? Probably not. I mean, it's only a backup we're looking for, but you want them to be capable, right? None of these guys are that capable. This guy? French. Oh, no, well, not French. Got a very French name, though. Would he be any good? Championship? Backup left back? I mean, he's a centre-back as well. But I'd never play him at centre-back. I'd only ever play him at full-back. Corey Price. He's very fast. He's very fast. Where's he been? Leeds as well. He's quite interesting. He's so quick. Like, if you... he's 27, though. And he's probably going to want, like, 5k a week, which is just ridiculous. What about... I'll bring you in as a backup. Let's see. I want to see what money he wants, because he's very, very quick. Which sometimes isn't the worst thing. Partizan, I've looked a lot at Partizan. But it's just not worth getting. Every player's worth like 4 or 5 million that you look for. So Fernandez, yes, he was. I did have him at road trip. DOB, well remembered. Right, well we've got a little. Oh, see, like that's just ridiculous, isn't it? For those technicals, I mean, get out of here, sunshine. You're talking waffle. I tell you. Search Portugal. I've been through Portugal, but our reputation hurts us in countries like Portugal. A lot of the European countries that have really good regens. Like Belarus was like secretly good for regens once upon a time. Yeah, Belarus, here we go. Belarus used to have really good regens come through. I don't know if that's the case anymore. But even like a place like Belarus, sometimes reputation-wise, we struggle. Well, Belarus is short on good players here. Holy smokes. Has their national team got any good ones? Like, they're cheap. Then even the cheap guys don't want to talk. Like, there, look. He's got 94 caps. He's not dreadful either. But he's worth 675. And he plays in Spain, which is the problem. That young guy, Belarus is short on good players, isn't it? Blimey. They used to be a great team to go to. Bosnia, of course, are sick. Bosnia have got 2 expensive players. Who's this guy coming through? Ooh, he could be quite a good one day at Hertha. But the fact he's at Hertha means we'll never get him. It's that sort of thing. That guy, left back option. No, you're looking at it for the cheap ones that are of like under 25. Because if they're in a national team, like Bulgaria, like this guy Ludogorets is pretty good. I've looked at him before, scouted. He could end up being really good. But it's just sort of the one-offs that you're looking for constantly. He's 35, Ben, get out of there. Croatia's younger sides are often very good. Like the players you can get through some of these can often be really good. I guess we're looking at central midfielders, aren't we? Any there that we're looking for? Probably don't quite stack up. This guy's got a bid on him, so he's always going to be a bit better. Oh, he's really good. I've scouted him before, apparently. Pacey, good composure, good off the ball. Great finishing, but 1.1 million. Oh, he's just been sold. Yeah, we did him at Hadrock. Damn. People are saying it like this is this Australia or is this French? Australia. I don't know why you think they're going to be sick. Like they're just not. They very rarely are. But I looked at it now. You're all typing it in like they're going to be great. I've looked before. You should change the interesting thing to dubious. Or doubtful, do you mean? There's no more there, sadly. So, we're a bit low on the ground when it comes to players there. Bosnian guy was on a free. Really? Who? This guy, 26. He's pretty average, to be honest. I've been through a lot of them, though. You've just got to believe me, folks. I've been through all these teams and looked and scouted a lot of players just from looking, and I'm pretty underwhelmed by the majority of them. Something we've not done yet actually is go to like the French Premier League sides or second division. Actually, no, sorry, I did do that. Like Lille, for example, are in the second tier. So looking through like their players that have been released, because I think League 2 in France is less than the. So you look at him, who's just like left on a free. On a free, I mean, we couldn't have paid his wages, but a free. Like, I remember looking at them and just thinking, please, maybe, sir, can we have them? These guys have got, there's one here which is really good too, I think. I think it might be this guy. It's a bit older now. It wasn't. Maybe it wasn't Montpellier. There was a player at one of the more recognised teams. Was it Lens? That I tried to get and couldn't get. I don't think it's these guys. Who was it? Huh. Oh, was it Toulouse? Maybe it was Toulouse. I can't remember. I can't remember. Wait, I'm sure it was. I'm struggling here, folks. My memory's gone blank. Maybe it wasn't a second division team. I can't remember. But there was one free play. Maybe it was that first guy. Maybe it was that striker. I'm not sure. 1,200 people in the chat. Hi everyone. Good to see you all. Who's in the chat? We've got Simon's there. Follow 53. I mean, fascinating. So many different people. Alex is here. Alex McNamee. Joe Wilkinson's in the chat. Ask for players' recommended signings. They never care though. I've tried that before. They're just so uninterested. It hurts me. Liverpool have absolutely demolished us. Altidal scored though. Of course he did, because we're playing Liverpool. You see their goal scorers. You see why we didn't win. Wow. He might be available on loan actually. Hot prospect striker. You never know. How you doing there? Someone's put Ndika is free. Maybe. Loads of people saying hi. Hi from Norway, or maybe you're suggesting Norway. Iceland. Hi Ben. Hi. How you doing? Loads of people. Try Liam down. We could definitely get him. First time here. JC, good to see you. Cheers. I mean, we hit 60,000. I mean, I'll say this live. We hit 60,000 subscribers stream. 60,000. Cheers. Well, thank you so much. Well done, everyone, for supporting me. I appreciate it massively. Football Manager YouTube channel, 60,000 subscribers. It's a madness. It's a bloody madness. You should all be very proud of yourselves. But no, I appreciate it a lot. This guy's going to Norwich now, 150k. Our biggest sale, actually, 200k. Is it? 150 will be added to our transfer budget. Fantastic. We'll need that. But yeah, cool, innit? Greetings from Serbia. Bonjour. How you doing? Hello from Colombia. Hi from Argentina. Romania. I should check Romania. We've got people saying where they're from and suggesting teams to look at. Should we look at Romania? Romania. Here we go. Let's see what we got in Romania. I've looked before, to be fair. Let's see if we find anything fantastic. He's not dreadful. He's just not good. Is there a national team? Got anybody in there that we can get? Is this the guy we just looked at? Yeah. He's probably the only one that we could even think about getting. This team's usually pretty good for players. Oh, see, look how good he is. Look at him. Holy shit. I've done a swear there. That's how excited I was. As far as left wingers go, he's pretty good. And he's 20 as well. I don't know how he slipped through my net, to be honest. 1.4 million. He's got a minimum release fee of 2.6. Right. I think we have to try and make something happen here. Because look at the state of him. If I offer that, does that get accepted? No. It's close, though. I mean, that does, sort of. I can't offer it, mate. I'm so sorry. I wish I could. What if I offer... Hang on, let's do a percentage of next sale. Oh, no, percentage of profit of next sale. Hang on, get rid of this. Percentage of profit of next sale. 10%. They'll be well happy with that. They'll be loving life. Let's actually get that down a bit more as well. And then up this one. Boom. Come on! Be reasonable. Please. Don't lock this in a minute as well, you little scumbags. That's not what I need at all. 15%. 15%! Oh, this is like being on Dragon's Den. Come on. Alright, Pedro, if you could not spam my chat, that is preferred. I've looked at Portugal before. I appreciate your suggestions. I feel like I have to offer them more here. Damn. After 10 games, after 20 games, another 100,000. I'm trying to be reasonable, but they're not going to think I'm being reasonable. Boom. No! Okay, I'm doing it anyway. We're going to find a way. With no players, with no sellable assets ever, anywhere. There's nothing. We've got no real sellable assets. The best players are on loan or real incumbents who's just signed. We can't sell Altidal or Foster, can we? Barry McDonald can't leave. Can he? Oh, even then, it doesn't matter. I would lock in the fee, but I don't want to upset them. I've looked at Albania. They're not very good. I've looked. Trust me. Life finds a way. Right. I need more transfer budget, really. After all that! Oh, God. After all of that! Oh, for God's sake. Oh, I'm going back to Brazil. And this is now, I'm getting in a car, and I'm being photographed, and I've embarrassed myself at the meeting. I've walked in with the agent, we've shook hands, we've sat down, and he's gone, my client isn't currently interested in entering into contract negotiations with your club. Rubbish. I'm leaving Brazil. It's a disaster, viewers. It's an unmitigated disaster. After all that. We did make an offer. We did also really want him. We really wanted him. I'm going to make sure he is on every list I can ever go for. Can we loan him? Do you think they'll let me loan him? Oh, make an inquiry again. Let's just pester the shit out of him. Let's see if we can get him. Deary me. Yeah, I'd love to make him part of the team. I'd love it. I'd love to make him part of the team. I'd love you to go and play for me. Do I play a musical instrument? Not really. I mean, I can play bits of bits, but not really. Oh, dear. We'll see what he says about that. We've had a work permit application rejected as well, so that's good. This 24-year-old beauty. Yeah, so I could get him in, but then I can't do anything with it, which is a bit annoying. So I could just get him in and then, wait? Try and sell him on? Would he be worth more? He's been capped by Senegal. I just can't. His contract obviously isn't big enough. I'd be paying him $4,000 a week to not play him. Huh. What do we think? Save the money or go for someone else in a similar deal? I mean, he's pretty good. That's the problem. Like, oh God, that makes it worse. I couldn't get anyone else in. He's very similar to this guy. I don't know. What do you think? Why do you have friendlies every 2 days? Money. All the money. People saying loan him out. My concern is he'll be on $4,000 a week, and I don't know if anyone's going to pay that. I think that's the problem. I equally don't know how much he'll be worth if I bring him in. Like, if his dribbling was slightly better and some of his mentals are a bit higher, like his determination, I would just gamble on him. But he's not going to get better than this. I think that's the problem. Well, not much better, I don't think, anyway. We're not doing it. I've just looked at his report card again. I was so keen to do it because it was $86,000, and I thought even if it doesn't work out, I can sell him on. But if he comes in, I have to loan him out. He still doesn't get a work permit, and then I sell him for like $200,000. I don't think it's worth paying his wage for 2 years. So I'm going to save it and not go for him. People asked about dynamics. I mean, as it's come up there, this is the hierarchy right now. We have Foster, Smith, and Burgess as leaders. Obviously, we just lost a load of players, so that might affect things. Our squad is still way too thin, and we do have a match coming up in not that long. Our first championship game is the 7th. I think we might end the stream today with a match, potentially, but we'll see how far we go. Not going to promise that, because we've still got like 5 days of the window, or before our first game, which might be the next episode, so I've got to think about that. How did the Brazilian get work permits? I don't know if he's actually got the work permit. I'm not entirely sure. I think he has, but I'm not 100% sure. Steve Foster is going to remain as captain, and Andy Murray is going to be his vice. Oh. Wait. Did I just... Let's just move on. I'm not sure if I just replaced Foster there without realising. No one's mad. Nobody is mad. Tony Power's gone to Rotherham. I'm furious. Unbelievable. I can't even get Tony Power to come to me now. This is the nightmare that we're in. Jimmy Lennis, he's fast. That's about it. And he's not even able to come on loan from QPR. Players that are on loan at other teams have been offered. What am I supposed to do with that? Paul Martin. Rubbish. Simon Doherty, you're not good enough anymore, mate. I wish you were. I wish you were. Do you know we haven't looked at actually Denmark or Sweden? I've not looked at Sweden at all. Sweden used to be one of my stomping grounds. I would go to Sweden and see what they had on offer. And I mean, you're not horrific. That's not that's not really. If I said that to him, you wouldn't say that to I wouldn't say that to a potential love interest. You're not horrific. I mean, that wouldn't be the first thing that comes out. Not the other thing. You're sick freaks. I mean, we don't necessarily have to just look at Midtjylland, who are very good, but we can always look elsewhere. We might end up Mikkel Koch. Oh, sounded everything about that sounded a bit weird. What games? He's 30 though, but I don't mind an experienced Dane. I don't mind them coming in. If you're called Dane, by the way, that was not an invitation. Let's take a look at the BT on the 19s. Anyone coming through? See, I should do a lot more of this. Denmark's not a country I've looked at in depth yet. He's from Iceland. He's physical, sorry. He's got 19 jumping reach, and he's 6'5" as a left back. Retrain him, make him a centre back, but he's 20 now, so it's really too late. Let's see if we can find anyone else. There's not a load of stars, are there? That guy's pretty well rounded. 850k. They're going to want a few million, though, aren't they? So I guess we'll leave it. I'm actually going to get him scouted, though. Keep an eye on him in the future. Because you never know. Keith Anderson. He's actually, like, pretty good. Kenneth, sorry. He's Ken Sports News. Get him in. He's actually pretty good. And they'll accept 325k as well. I mean, he's got an injury at the moment, but problem is his passing is shocking. Like, it's so bad. Everything else is pretty good. I mean, he's probably a better striker than he is an attacking midfielder, if we're being honest. And we'll see what the scout report says. But, I mean, it's probably one of those situations where he won't talk to me anyway. So, worth doing. See that we're looking at some of these, like these Danish guys are pretty similar to the Brazilian lads that we've looked at, which is quite interesting. Like Luke Clark might be quite a good central midfielder at our level. I mean, their wages are a little bit higher, and that's part of the problem, because then we have to pay them a lot more when they end up coming to us. They think they're getting a big move to England, and they get well excited. But Henrik Brix looks, again, a similar situation though. I don't even know what his best position would be. It's a bit weird, really. We'll keep looking though. You never know. Ooh, yes. I don't think you'll join, but you are what we're looking for. Creative midfielder with some room to move into as well. I mean, I don't want to be funny about, like, I love Football Manager. It's a great game. Don't get me wrong. It's fantastic. There's loads to love, right? But to suggest terms when he's worth 325k and for it to come back with 202 million is ridiculous. Like, actually ridiculous. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. There's no logic to that. That would never happen, would it? Brix is 6'8". Right, get him in. Where is he? Henrik Brix, 6'8". Oh, get him in. Get him in. 1.8. You sure you don't mean 180 million? So they send it back wrong. Like, oh, we'll send him a fax. It'll be wrong, but let's send him it anyway. 202 million. Oh, it would be a good career move, Kenneth. You've just got to trust me. How many times do I say, yeah, we did make an offer. He just wasn't interested. All right, I think what we're going to do instead is we're going to wrap up today's episode. I thought we lost it over there. We're going to wrap up today's episode with a match against Brentford. and then I'll come back at the end of the window. So tomorrow's episode will be the end of the transfer window, which gives me the rest of today to do it, and then I can upload the video and put it out tomorrow. Although there's England tomorrow, so it'll actually be that's perfect. It gives me a bit more time to scout. I didn't watch the wrestling this week, sorry, OBC. But what we'll do, so I'm not going to do any more transfer stuff, I don't think, but we'll play a match and I'll answer some questions. So if you've got any interesting questions, now is the time. I said, get your questions ready and we'll answer them. Is Benji in a bad mood? Was the question. No, I'm not in a bad mood. It's just frustrating that I can't get good players at the moment. Who'd have been good? Have you any good transfers and what is your budget? Yeah, if you go back in the video, that will help you find out. I went through who everyone we'd signed for the first half an hour of the video. It'll be live at 5 o'clock, but it'll be available. Need to do a roundup video. I will do a roundup video. Yeah, that's what it'll be. Be a little transfer roundup video and at the end of the window. But this will be available too. How much do I hate Thames' low reputation? Yeah, I hate it. It's been a problem through every season though, to be fair. What's your favourite FM save on YouTube? I think it changes all the time, but I still think that Salford was really fun. It was really good. I actually really enjoyed Spell too. I really enjoyed the story of Dorian Heiser. Palmer, of course, as well, but yeah. Are you currently happy in life? Very happy in life, yes. I'm at the best point I've been for 10 years. Do I enjoy living in Suffolk? I live in Norfolk, so no. I've looked at Ireland, Aaron. Thank you for the suggestion. You've typed Ireland in 16 times, though. I've asked this one before, but if you could pick one region from any of your YouTube series to play for Liverpool in real life, who would it be? Oh, who would it be? I'd still go with Diego Vidal. He's the answer a lot of the times because he's probably my best ever player. Diego Vidal from Salford. What's my series going to be after Thames? It will probably be whenever Thames finishes, which I don't know when that'll be. We'll just let the assistant do this. My next save will probably be a updated database, and it'll be like a 1 to 2 season thing with probably quite a big side in Europe somewhere. Have I got a girlfriend or a boyfriend? I've got a girlfriend called Ellie. She's lovely. We did a series together once called Girlfriend vs FM. My aim for this season is to get closer to the playoffs than we did last season, which I think is going to be quite tough. And it's going to require me to still bring in like 4 or 5 new players. I think I still will. Do you have a good red onion chutney for me, Ben, please? We've got one in the fridge, actually, now you mention it, but I'm not going to go get it right now. It also won't move over to you particularly well. Do I enjoy living in Norfolk? Yeah, it's nice. It's very calm, very peaceful. Oh, there goes another police car. Right, then we're going to play Brentford. We're going to play a game. Here we go. What are my goals growing up? To make my parents proud, probably. One day it'll happen. What's on the menu for dinner? I have no idea, actually. Right, there's still 1,000 people here. There's more people in this game right now watching this stream than there will be as away fans travelling to Brentford, I suspect. So, I don't know where Brentford are predicted to finish. Shall we take a look at that? We're going to play one match. This is going to be the match. Brentford are predicted to finish 15th. So, winnable. How fit are we for this? This could be a bit of a concern. Our squad is not that big either. We still need players. We desperately need players right now. And the squad, because I forgot to rest them after the friendly, is not as fit as it could be. I'm concerned about Altidal, and we'll see. But that's the team for the season so far. It needs massive additions, I feel like. I guess we'll see if those happen. Did I miss out on players that were never told to me about? Pretty much all of them. Well, that's good. Is he not coming now then? Is that not happening? Hang on. Who was it? Is that not happening now then? Did I miss that? Did I? That's a shame. Oh, it was a loan offer. Now I remember. Well, brilliant. Yeah, good. Right, well, never mind. Reed, then we've got a few debuts. Can I get you know when you do a round of applause at football? If you just all type clap, that would be appreciated. In goal, Sam Reed making his debut for Thames. Kane Morris at right back making his debut for Thames. Joe Holmes, Robbie Edmund returns from the Kevin Jury for his debut for Thames. It's a new back line. I've just realised new back line. Smith is back and sitting in front. Barry McDonald and Stevie Foster in the centre. Rion Cummings is playing the advanced playmaker spot, which actually should be more attacking than this. Otadal and Tom George up front. And finally me, legend. Right, let's just play. There we are then. The amount of claps you can see, stream, video-wise, you can't see this, but the amount of clapping that's going on in the chat right now is outrageous. Outrageous. And then in the stands today, Pat Rogers. Why not at Cardiff, man? They're not playing yet. Okay, cool. Right then, control fluid, short passing, work ball into box, close down wide. I was going to change things slightly, depending on if you brought in central midfielders. I was going to have a box-to-box and an attacking playmaker in the centre, and then play Smith as a ball winner, but that never happened. So we stick with this. We'll put C. Foster on the other side, though. Here we go. Debut time for a lot of these boys. It's a party atmosphere in the chat. Check Ferrari. Oh, yeah. What happened to Ferrari? Hang on. I don't usually do this in episodes. How do you spell Ferrari? Oh, God. I'm not sure entirely how you spell it. Hang on. He should be here, right? Ferrari. Ferrari? Ferrari. Ferrari. Like that, yeah? Junior Ferrari. Oh, is he? Did I ever put a bid in? We'll come back to it later. Hang on, we haven't got the scout report yet. We're still waiting for that. And here are the teams. what a shambles. By all means, put your predictions in the chat. They're playing a very defensive 4-4-2 formation with two defensive midfielders. They've got an Owusu, brilliant, back to haunt me, probably a cousin. On loan from Chelsea. They've got a Graham as well, Angus Graham up front, who that's obscene. And they've got Lazar up front as well. Of course, these are usually edited down into shorter, more bite-sized chunks. But as we come towards the hour and a half mark, we will end the stream with this match. I'm going to say, I know a lot of you will be keen to avenge what happened the last time we played Brentford. Go out there and express yourselves. So, oh, look at that. The motivation is through the roof. Apart from Altadal, who just listened keenly. And we're underway here, folks. It's a Brentford versus Thames. It's the start of the championship season. And we are hugely unprepared. Here we go. Oh, God, I'm nervous already. But what I will say, no injuries to speak of, which last time we streamed wasn't the case. Our team is not fit for this, but Cummings, the first action of the game, plays the ball forward. It's cleared, and Owusu is on it, and he plays forward a Rodgers. They've got a Rodgers and an Owusu. Is this a joke? Holmes, oh my word, he smashes it forward. Doesn't quite reach his intended target, and Owusu back on it to Graham. Everything about Brentford's team could potentially be right. They've got a Thomas at right wing. Ball forward. This is madness. Cummins is on it now. If you can find the ball forward, he finds George. He skips away from his man. Finds Altadal. Can Thames take a 1-0 lead? Stevie Foster. Tom George. Oh, it's nearly a chance. Green in goal. We had a Green as well once. This is mad. Ferrari's move clubs. I'm furious. As challenge goes in, Enbridge deals with it. But yeah, the Brentford team could be linked to me in so many different ways. Deary me. They've got a Rodgers on the bench as well. All the Rodgerses. It's a free kick. Rodgers puts it in. Back post. Fantastic. 1-0 down. Pat Smith. It's a Pat! They've got a Pat. Rodgers to Pat. They've got so many names that... If you take the R out of Brentford, it's Benford. Or it's Brentford. Oh, God, not the same. You know, about an hour ago when I said, yeah, we've got Adam Jury. Kevin Jury at left back, but we probably need another left back. Well, then that's well, what do you do? What do you do? Lloyd comes in. He's right-footed though, isn't he? So is Holmes left-footed? No. Neither's Robbie Edmund, is he? I know he's not already. I don't know why I'm checking, really. Morris, can you play left back? No, you can't either. Can any of you play left back? Adam Beard is coming on at left back. Good God. Right. Maybe he could be like Ashley Young. You never know. He could be the new Ashley Young. Couldn't he? It's a corner to Brentford. I mean, Reed there. I'll tell you what. He read that like a book. Well done to him. Well done, that man. As we get towards half-time. Still 1-0 down. Still trying to control things. We've had a lot of possession, to be fair. Which I think, considering our fitness, is probably going to be a good thing. We should probably try and keep doing that. Because I forgot to rest the boys. And then we've got a game against, I think it's Crawley, midweek. I'm going to certainly say unlucky. Look how relaxed and confidence building that was there. Lovely old job. Do you make a switch? And then let's put Cummings in his more natural support role, because he obviously likes that a bit better. Let's take it off Fluid as well. Forget all that for Game of Soldiers. And let's play flexible control and see if in the second half we can make our possession count and feed Altidal or Tom George up front as we gather possession at the back. Morris there, of course, making his Thames debut. Finds Lawrence Smith in the centre. He finds McDonald, and the ball has moved very quickly. Now, can we slip him in behind there? Cummings with it. Foster. Altidal. Shot comes in. Green with a save, and Thames still behind to Brentford. The team with too many statistical conspiracies. I don't know what word I was going to say there. I was going to say another word. It's not in my head. It's too late. They're attacking. What's the word? Things that are the same. Coincidences. That's the word. It took me ages. 55 minutes gone here. Brentford 1, Thames 0. But a goal kick as Reed fires it up towards Altidal. He finds Smith into the feet of Cummings now. Now McDonald turns and finds at the head of Altidal. The ball finds Morris though. Okay, Morris picks it up, finds Rhian Cummings, over to McDonald. Tom George is there. Back to Rhian Cummings. I mean, he's part of everything right now. Beard up from left back. Yes. Oh, there we go. Yes, Beard from left back. He's an attacking fullback. Adam Beard finds Altidal in the centre, and the crowd go wild. That's what you want to see. Brentford 1, Thames 1. And I mean, an enjoyable time for us all. An enjoyable time for us all. Let's see. How many fans are here? Have you got more fans in the chat than away? We have 850 away fans. That's quite a lot, actually. But with more people in the chat than we do in the ground. Madness. But it's growing. I prefer 2D to 3D. Personal preference is one of the main reasons. We are starting to tire in the centre. But is the turnaround about to be complete here? Keep the ball. Lawrence Smith into Rhian Cummings, and we could find another opportunity. Altidal, who's nearly played through, and now this is a problem. Lazar on that side. Edmund. Oh my word, Tom George is in. Tom George. Oh, it should have been a goal. He panicked there. It's a corner. It's still 1-1, and we should probably think about changes at some point. McDonald with a corner to play it in. Edmund, Altidal's there. We'll just pause it quickly. Is there anything we can do here to freshen this up? Tom Burgess for McDonald. I think that's maybe the only one we can do, really, that makes any sense. Oh, heavens. Can we change anything else? Kieran Harris, I guess, for Smith can come in. We'll make him slightly more ball-winning and Burgess slightly more playmakering. So it makes a bit more sense. We just change them around a little bit. As we're trying to freshen things up in the centre. Tired legs out there. As we've still got the possession, actually. It's tackled eventually, though. He's coming off for a reason. The double change. There it is. Rhian Cummings is struggling. But 10 minutes to go. Can Thames nab a late... Oh, dear. Oh, well, actually... There he is, Burgess. He's on the pitch and he's in the game. The experience of Scott Burgess, Stevie Foster, Rhian Cummings playing slightly deeper now. Can't get forward and attack quite as much because he's absolutely knackered. As the Beard plays it to Burgess into Cummings. He's been part of everything. You've got to say everything good that Thames have done. Stevie Foster. Stevie Foster. He's not done well. He's not done well. I've turned into a sheep. Foster, what is that? Who's it to, Sunshine? Who's it to? Graham races forward. We're beating at the back. And I mean, what's Reed done as well? He's crouched down for no reason at all. Did I say Tom Burgess? I meant Scott Burgess. I'm getting confused. There's too many players on the pitch. Oh dear. All right, Bid. Forward you go, son. Let's have something magical from you. You can do it. Altidal as well. Let's go a little bit more like that. See if we can get Tom George one opportunity. We should have gone more attacking. There's a chance. Hopefully it doesn't go their way, though. I mean, they've got the possession as things stand. As it's for Edmund, though, cuts it out on the ball. Go on, Cummins. You've been great, to be fair. Considering you're supposed to be knackered towards Stevie Foster. We recycle it again. Stevie Foster, redeem yourself. Altidal, ball into the centre. George is there. Referee. Handball. Oh, he's the keeper. Bollocks. Still 2-1. That can't have been the highlight, though. Surely there's more to offer here. We've gone quite attacking as we've lost out their header. Graham plays it across. Oh, I didn't think it'd be a goal for them. 3-1. Disaster. Should we have made those changes? Was the momentum in our favour? Questions that we should ask and have to ask. And my word, do we need reinforcements? Because this could be a bit of a... we came up. We were on the high of coming up. And now I'm a little bit concerned that now we're going to start to rock it down again and be in a relegation battle this year. I mean, hopefully not. We should have enough firepower, you'd think anyway. But not a good start to the season, folks. I think it's quite clear reinforcements are needed, as if this stream wasn't evident enough. But the ability for us to bring players in, not ideal. Not ideal. Maybe sign a left back. Oh yeah, let's see how long our new left back's out for. One of our better players who actually cost us money. Let's see how long he's out for. I'm going to go 4 months. Broken tibia or something stupid like that. Let's see then. He's definitely out injured, is he? There he is, injured. We'll get to that in a moment. History has shown that teams can generally stay up if they get 50 points. Thanks, man. Kevin Jury. How long are we saying then, folks? Get your suggestions in the chat. I'll give you 10 seconds. And we'll see. Could be a bruised ankle. Someone said 11 to 12 months there. Matt Roberts has gone hard on it. He's gone 11 to 12 months. Not a problem. Cruciate, people are saying. Some people are still clapping, which is nice. Don't be long. Please don't be long. Be like 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Two weeks, I said. 2 weeks. 2 weeks, I said. Oh, my God. It actually costs money. That's the worst bit. Kevin Jury, £5 a week, 135k. What did I say at the start of the game? Oh, by the way, we've not had any injuries, so that's good. It's almost like playing that many pre-season games isn't healthy for the team. It's almost like that, innit? Oh, for flipping heck. If I could bleep, I'd bleep. But I ain't got a bleep. I need a bleep button on my thing. That would be good, actually. Well, if you've not seen Thames before, this is what it's like. Deary me. Join the Discord server. Thank you for Discord for the hoodie. Discord official. Right then, well, that's not good news, is it? I'm going to Brazil. Actually, let's just go to Brazil. Let's head back to Brazil. That is going to bring an end to the stream, though. There's World Cup action now, so you can go and watch that. Unless you're here in the future, then you missed everything. But yeah, an hour and a half. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I also stream on Twitch, twitch.tv/DrBenji if you ever want to come watch me live. I'm playing Minecraft in the mornings at the moment. I don't know what's got into me. But yeah, there'll be more England stuff as well tomorrow, and Thames. I'll probably be over the weekend as well. There'll be an episode, I'm sure. As I say, England series will be back tomorrow. We're playing Belgium in that, much like they are in the other alternate universe. So thanks for watching. Thanks for watching the series as well. And yeah, it's been really good fun having you support Thames as much as you have been doing every single day. If you enjoyed the stream, remember to leave a like before you leave. And I will see you soon. With love, with care, from me, that's Benji FM. I'm off to the hospital to make sure Kevin Jury's all right. I am furious.